What's going on, beautiful people? This video is all about gratitude. Thank you, Asia. Thank you, Asia, for this past year of my life. Wow. It's crazy that it's come to an end. It hasn't fully hit me yet, and I know over time I'll have more and more reflections of the wisdom and the lessons and just the XP that I've gained from being out there, and how it's deepened my relationship with self, deepened my relationship with Elise, the communities that I got to build. I mean, guys, we'll start with Bali, right? I spent 10 months in Bali. And of course, we all have our own perception of like what Bali is, what Bali can provide for you, whether that's positive or negative. And Bali was always a dream of mine, both Elise and I, of a place to live, a place to cultivate community, a place to build an amazing lifestyle. And, last year in 2025, in February, leaving my job finally gave me that freedom to be like, okay, I'm going to book this one-way flight. I'm going to make this leap of faith and go and see what this island has to offer. And wow, first of all, just like go live in Asia if you're thinking about it, if you're considering it, like go and experience that energy, because it is completely different culture from anything that you'll experience in the United States. It's completely different. And just the way they experience community, family, religion, and how that is integrated into their culture, as particularly community and families, it's amazing. But 10 months in Bali, like trials and tribulations. And you've probably seen me talk about this on Instagram or in my other videos of just like, both Elise and I were tested in so many different ways in Bali. I came out there having expectations that my business, the coaching, the retreats would just all come at once. It would all take off. I'd build this massive community, bring people from the US to Bali to do events, retreats, and some of that stuff happened for sure. I launched the coaching business. I built a close-knit, amazing tribe of people from all over the globe. We got to host different experiences at beautiful villas. We hosted Thanksgiving for people that had never experienced Thanksgiving before, from like 7 different countries. But my mind went out there like, okay, I'm going to make this much so that I can get this visa. Elise and I are going to live here for like 2 years. We're going to be living in these amazing, like, big ass villas. There was a lot of expectations for that chapter and what I was going to experience. I think when a lot of that wasn't met and we started to experience financial challenge, that's when I think some of the resentment and animosity came towards Bali. But it actually was exactly what we needed. Rather than going there and getting everything that we wanted right away, we got the crash course that we needed to build resilience, to build courage, to build confidence, to prioritize peace and presence and joy in our relationship, right? To prioritize deeper relationship with self, a consistent meditation practice, a consistent activation of community, movement, lifting, football, right? By us not getting the money, the business growth, of course, it did grow massively, but it forced us to actually build the internal foundation to be able to hold this new lifestyle of living all over the globe, of working for ourselves, no longer having the stability, the comfort, the safety of working for an employer. And it was challenging, but I think it was exactly what we needed. It was exactly what we needed in that chapter. And I just want to say thank you to my friends that I met in Bali. And thank you to the people that I didn't have a great experience with. You guys allowed me to increase my sense of intuition, to increase the boundaries that I set so that I live deeper in alignment with my truth. And if you know anything about me, I don't fuck around when it comes to relationships, boundaries, and self-love. It's not about what people say. It's not about what people do. It's about how people make you feel. Surround yourself with people that are consistently uplifting you, that are consistently giving you a space to be your most authentic self. So shout out to Nathan and Lily, beautiful couple from China, our amazing friends. Shout out to Jehun and Sena, beautiful couple from Turkey. At least not like two of our amazing friends. I got to meet Paige Goldstein and her partner Grayson in Bali as well. My homie David, my fellow footballer, he was one of my first friends that I made in Asia. My brother, my best friend, amazing person from the US. There's so many other people I can add on to that list that I met from Bali. But I just want to say thank you to you guys, both in Ubud and in Canggu. Like, such a special experience. 10 months there as well, living there. Guys, Bali is this like beautiful island of hundreds of waterfalls, amazing beaches, snorkel, 2 volcanoes. The people there are so kind, almost to a default, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they could be more just protective of their energy, their nature, their home. Drinking coconuts 2-3 times a day, like the food that we got to eat, the nature that we got to experience. We went to this wellness club for like 3 months called Bali Eden, sauna, cold plunge, daily with other people around the world, constantly meeting people. Like, guys, it was an insane fucking chapter. Insane chapter. And then comes Da Nang, Vietnam, the sleeper. I feel like Da Nang was so important. So important. And I didn't even know this place existed until December of 2025. Like, truly was never on the radar. Vietnam was never on the radar. For some reason, my mom told me not to go to Vietnam. Love her to death. Love my mom to death. You're amazing. Not sure why you said that, though, because Vietnam's fucking amazing. But Elise and I get there and we're like immediately like, wow, like this place is amazing. You know, Bali is a very like spiritual vortex energy. It's probably one of the most spiritual places in the world, right? And it's a massive like expat nomad hub. But sometimes there's an over spiritualization, or there's over energy of money, business, entrepreneurship, content creation, right? When we get to Da Nang, we immediately feel this beautiful like balance of like proper humanness and like true reality. I don't think Bali is a real place. I really like Bali is like a utopia. It's a special place. You'll face your own challenges, but like getting to Da Nang, it felt like we were getting back to like normal society. And this spot, we lived in this area called in the Sontra Peninsula, which Sontra is like the mountain, and it's got these very rare monkeys and beaches all around the coast. So we were a 5-minute walk to the beach. That's where we stayed. That's where I stayed for 3 months. Insane. You know, Vietnam, like the Vietnamese people are super welcoming. Although I did feel like I experienced some like racist moments. I had a guy flick me off. Be the change you want to see in the world. That guy was upset. Had nothing to do with something I did. My biggest thing is be the change you want to see in the world. It did get a little bit exhausting though in Asia, like always being stared at. But that's for another video, right? I'll do a video on what it means, like the reality of being a black man in Asia. But Vietnam is where I really like took my community building skills to the next level, and I stepped up as a leader, specifically in the football community. I played football like 3-4 times a week. Every single time you're meeting an expat or a nomad from another country, guys, shit was fucking phenomenal. So the ones that had that vibrant energy, we just all naturally connected And I made a group chat. We played FIFA, we grabbed drinks, we watched the World Cup. Like every single day, every single week, I was spending so much time with community. So much fucking time with community, and it was so special, man. And then I joined the men's group, and I feel like that was life-changing for me. You know, to be in a group of men where I could be vulnerable and share my challenges and share my wins, share my wisdom, you know, and then I got the opportunity to facilitate the meditation, facilitate the breath work. Asia gave me a tribe, a brotherhood, not just men that I met. I made friends with other women as well. But truly, like, it showed me the power of community and organizing community. My last week in Da Nang, I hosted a DJ set at a beach with the sunset, and I had like 40 plus people come out, you know, and special experience. That was my sixth country that I DJ'd in as well. Got to DJ in Bali, right in front of a volcano, in the rice fields. Crazy activity. Like, this experience was fucking nuts. And you know, Elise and I were apart, and actually both of those chapters, in both Bali and in Vietnam. I was in Bali for the first 3.5, 4 months alone, and then I spent the last 2 months in Vietnam alone. And that really like tested me as a man, but it also deepened our connection so beautifully. Like, being back here in the U.S., I just arrived today, and I'll make a video tomorrow about just this experience of returning and what this next chapter means. But I feel so calm, I feel so comfortable, I feel so safe. Being back with Elise is so natural. It feels like we just pick up where we left off. The love, the intimacy feels deeper. It's special. She's a special woman to also create the freedom for us to both be apart and still show up fully. To have that individual freedom to explore ourselves, but also continue to deepen the connection, even when we're not together physically. And of course, we're constantly reflecting on how we can improve our connection, how we can show up more fully for each other. Right? And that space allows us to see some of our blind spots to that individual reflection in time. Asia, I say thank you, man. And a big shout out to my boys in Da Nang, Travis, Jacob, Jack. Again, David came out there and visited me. Andrea, you know, I know I'm missing a fuck ton of people. My boy Dan from the UK, my boy Daniel from Russia, Kirill Popov, funniest dude. Man, we met so many great people. Ayman, a part of the 5v5 community, all the Moroccans I got to meet, all the people from Russia I got to meet, all the people from the UK I got to meet, watching the World Cup at like 2 a.m., you know, staying up until like fucking 10 a.m. watching. Yeah, it's like so much football happened, you know, and the biggest thing in Asia too is I got to rest. And if I'm a grinder, I'm a fucking grinder, and I always have been, but Asia forced me to like slow down and actually rethink like, what does luxury in life look like? Of course, I want to create an abundance of money through mindfulness, through community, through music, through my business. But most importantly, I want to enjoy my life. I want to love my experiences. I want to have fun with my community, with my partner. I want to experience the world. That to me is luxury. Time in nature, time with friends, being able to control my time. I answer to fucking nobody. And that started when I left my job and I moved to Asia. I answer to fucking nobody. And I feel so blessed for that. I can do whatever the fuck I want at any time of the day. But this next chapter is about creating more structure, creating more rhythm to scale this business and our finances to the next level. But Asia, thank you so fucking much, man. you allow me to return home and prepare for this next chapter in Brazil more aligned and connected to myself than I've ever been. More in love with Elise, so rich in community, so rich in experiences, so rich in confidence. Asia, I fucking love you. This isn't a goodbye. This is a see you later. I have no idea when I'll be back, but every single person that I met that created an impact in my life, positive or negative, I fucking love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. And let this be your testament and reminder that you can make this same move. You can make this same leap. It might not be the move to Asia. It might be starting the business. It might be stepping away from the job. It might be leaving a relationship. Those big decisions that create massive space in your life for unknown potential opportunities to come in. Create space for magic and watch how God and the universe just unfolds life right in front of your eyes. Be present, surrender, trust in yourself, and keep moving forward. The best is yet to come. I love you guys. Peace.